Good. We are back with another YouTube episode, where we talk about like fitness, mindset, nutrition, personal growth, personal development, fitness journey, stuff like that. I'll share tips on here of, what's helped me get to where I'm at now. And we still got a long ways to go, to tell you the truth, but I've also come a long ways, and I have experience in a lot of said areas, so I may be able to help some of you out there that are looking to seek personal development and personal growth. The more valuable you are, the more skill sets you have, well, then the more value you will get in return. That's plain and simple. So anyone not chasing self-development, personal growth, well, quite frankly, you're a fool. I'm just kidding. You should, I was there one time. I went through life just like waking up, not having a plan for the day, nothing. And I wake up like a teenager too. I was in the building trades. I've been in the building trades for over like 20 years. I was a 16-year journeyman in the sheet metal working building trades. And then, I transferred over. I got a job at UCLA now. It's a different union, and we do a little bit of different things there, but it's still union and it's still sheet metal. And that's still my career, is sheet metal. But nevertheless, like I would wake up on a Saturday after being up and drinking and hungover and all that. I'd wake up on a Saturday, and this is mind you with like I have a oldest daughter that's 20. She's in her 20s, and I would just wake up with no plan for the day, really. Like, just what the fuck? Wake up at noon, probably fucking crack open another beer after eating like some shitty ass breakfast, and right there already, dude, you're out of your fucking macro arrangement for the fucking day. Especially if you're already overweight, there's no way you're gonna keep on packing on the pounds. Well, I started getting tired of just being tired and fucking just in a shitty mood all the time. So I started to seek personal development. I started with keto. Most of you know, like, if you saw my first episode, I talked about that. I started with keto, and that wasn't sustainable, so then I hired a coach. But before all this happened, before I even hired the coach, I would watch bits and pieces of these different people on Instagram getting their results and doing the work. So that gave me a vision. And my mentor always says, once something's seen, it cannot be unseen. And like I said, I played football when I was younger. I have a lot of heart. I've been told I have a lot of heart by my teammates, by my coaches, by people. And so that kind of sparked something in me, like, dude, well, why are you doing this? Why don't you get like these people over here? And then I started to have, years gone by, I started to have, my other kids. I had Jackson, I had Jaden, I had Genesis. And every year I just kept on putting more and more daddy weight on. You saw me with Genesis, like, I was so bloated and so puffy. I remember going to the doctors and they told me that I had high blood pressure. They were like very alarmed, like, you're on your way to have a heart attack, you're going to be on your way to being pre-diabetic, you need to change. And so all these little flags were like popping up for me. So obviously I knew I needed to change. And that's what led me to start looking into personal development. Fitness was the first thing I wanted, because I wanted to get my physique back so I could have my energy back, and so I can make good decisions. You don't make very good decisions when your mind's clouded and you're out of shape. Plain and simple. So I got started. We couldn't sustain the results on the keto, and I got frustrated. That's when I started seeing all these people on there. Hey, shout out Timmy. There's this kid from up north, and I gave him a shout out the other day. I think it was Monday morning. I DM'd him and shit, because he's the one that actually led me to reach out to Guerrero. His name's T-Rod Fit, I believe. Timmy Rodriguez. He's from up north. And I would watch this kid, and he was one of fucking Guerrero's mentees. Back before Guerrero even had elites, he didn't even name his elites, but this kid was elite. I'd be watching him fucking just murder burpees, murder fucking pull-ups, murder fucking muscle-ups. And I was like, this kid's a fucking maniac. And, finally I called Guerrero at night. I was working nights. I was like, you have a pupil by the name of so-and-so. What do you think, dude? We're about the same height. Could you give me a physique like that? It's like, absolutely, big dog. I was like, how much work are you willing to put in? It's on you, big dog. Like, let's run it. So, let's run it. I clicked the link, paid him. I got my instructions, gave me my set of macros. You have any questions, big dog, you hit me up. These are your macros. Follow that. Nothing's off limits. Here are your workouts. Now, the workouts are very important. Like, here I had been trying to get fit on my own. Like I said, I did keto and then I fell off, and that's what led me to hire him. So I was already working out. I was already murdering burpees. I think I was already doing my year challenge, to tell you the truth. Or maybe I just started it. I don't remember. But I was already hitting burpees and I was already working out. What was the point? I didn't have the results. And I'll tell you why. It's because the nutrition was way fucking far off. Way far off. Okay, we don't realize how much we're fucking eating until you start tracking. They're like, oh fuck, well this is the amount I'm supposed to have on a cut. Alright, so that. And then also too, my training. Here I thought it was fucking, what does he say? Here I thought I was all fucking high power Howard or politic Rick fucking in the gym and shit, right? No, you ain't doing half of what he fucking scheduled for me. And I was like, oh shit. And then so on top of that, I think I was already working out like every day. We do something like Active Rest Sunday. So he set me up with 6 days a week, plus the workouts that he scheduled, which were, like, telling you, a whole nother half of what I was used to. And plus too, the sets. Like, there's certain exercises that I would do. We just have like 4 sets, 3 sets. No, dude, some of his would be 7 sets, 5 sets, the minimum 5 sets, I believe. Nothing 3 sets really. And like I said, more exercises at more sets, so you're getting more volume, and you're eating less, and you're tracking your another thing that was really good, he had me track on that app that you get access to when you sign up for these programs. You track your progressive overload, which I wasn't doing before. And so every couple of weeks you're moving up, you're placing more tension, you're doing more reps, and that's what gives you that big pump look. That's what gives you those veins and shit. So that, and then we stuck it through. I was working nights at the time, so it was very hard for me to do my cut. I'm not gonna lie, like, it was fucking grueling. I'm talking, what was my schedule for that? I would go to UCLA about, let's just say, okay, let's rewind. I wake up at 5 a.m. It gives me an hour, I think, or 5:30. I think I would wake the kids up to 6:30. We get them ready. I get them their push-ups. I told you, we'll do over like their plan for the day, make them do push-ups, make them clean their room. This is when I work nights. And then I would take them to school. I'd walk all 3 because they all went to Knowles Elementary then. Get them to school. Then I'd come home. I'd have my, maybe I had my pre-workout meal. Then I'd go hit goals. Then have my post-workout meal. Prep my 2 meals for work. And then, I would eat one at break, one like right before we went home, just like I do now with my last 15 minutes. But this time, my last 15 minutes, instead of at 2:45, it's like at fucking 11:30. So 11:30 to 11:15 to 11:30 at night. Yeah, and then I got to drive from there, 11:30, home. I would get home about 12:01 every morning. It was like, every morning, early in the morning. 12:01. And then I fucking just get some water, get out of my clothes, take a fucking shower. Fucking, you can't just go right to bed. I would sit there for like an hour. So it's like 12:30, about 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. It's like 3.5, 4 hours sleep, guys, for a long fucking time for my whole cut. We got like 4 hours sleep, maybe less. And I liked it. I was happy with it. That's spiritual work right there. I wasn't that mad fucking parent no more that would get up in the morning and be all pissy with the kids and hungover. No, dude, I was happy for life. I was excited for life. That's how you get excited for life, guys. Someone asked Coach that. Start fucking doing and start accomplishing. That's how you get excited for life. But like, I want to go back to being and becoming. Before any of this fucking happened, like I said, I saw T-Rod killing it. And once you see something, it cannot be unseen. So then from that point, I started getting this vision in my head about how I wanted to be, how I wanted to act, like who I wanted to become really, who I wanted to become. What would I have to do to fucking become this person? Hired Coach, and we put it all on the fucking plate, and here we are. I love you all. I hope this helps anyone trying to fucking do their personal growth or their self-development journey. If you're already watching this video, then you're obviously interested in those areas. Hit me up if you need any tips or anything. Like, just follow me on my story. I post it all the time. Meals, workouts, just words of advice. I've been through a lot. I've been in lots of positions, like I said earlier on my story. I've been everywhere from fucking 15 years old scraping fucking McDonald's grills and flipping burgers there to scooping ice cream, working at Carl's Jr., fucking just everything, dude. Doing rough carpentry, doing sheet metal, making it from a pre-apprentice to sheet metal, all the way to a superintendent level, not just a sheet metal company, guys, a fucking construction company that does general construction and sheet metal. Todo, fucking everything, fucking chingono. So that, I got my job at UCLA, which I wanted, like, fucking do anything that I want, that I put my mind to, and that's what you guys got to get in the mindset of fucking how it is. We are the alchemist. You fucking put in the work, you get a solid plan, you get a structure, you go fucking handle business. Let's fucking go. I love you all. Peace.